Hello everybody. Hello. Thank you so much for tuning into Carol's Daily Sauce. Go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell so that you're reminded of each and every video that I upload for you. I know I've been on a lazy lump mode. I've had a lot of life changes, a lot of things that are going on. So, it's not an excuse, but that's what's been going on. So earlier today, I uploaded a video, and basically I was trying to keep you guys in the loop of what is going on as far as my videos. I know that some of you guys have probably thought that I had started school. Nope, I haven't started school yet. I don't start school actually until the 17th. Excuse me. But anyway, I put a call out or made an announcement that if you guys can put some comments in the comment section as to what types of things that you would like me to see. A lot of times in the past, I've had people tell me, oh, go check out this video or go check out that video. I'd like to know your perspective on it, or, you know, things of that nature. So earlier today, I did upload a video, and in that video, I was reaching out to you guys and just basically asking you what you wanted me to do a video on, what it was you wanted to see. And so I was very pleased to actually see that a lot of people had viewed the video and a lot of people had commented. I thank you guys. Thank you for my diehards. Now, this particular video is at the request of one of my subscribers, Michelle Testimony. Thank you, Michelle. You guys, when I tell you what this video is about, what this video is about, you will also be pleased, especially if you're in the same situation. So basically what Michelle asked me was if I could give some tips or suggestions to parents who are single parents with small children and homeschooling. Wow. Now, I will definitely not make light of our situation that we have going on right now. And I can't say it because if I say it, I lose monetization. So I don't want to say the word, but I will just say this. So much is going on, and we have to learn almost how to live, learn how to live all over again, because everything that we do has some sort of limitation. So basically, what Michelle asked was if I could give tips, on what would make life a little easier. Okay, so I will tell you guys this. I don't have any small children. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, I am singing. God took me through my time of small children and raising them, and oftentimes raising them on my own, as my first husband was in the military. My children are all grown now, and I am forever grateful, forever grateful. So these are just a few tips. Video will not be long at all. A few tips of some of the things that I think that parents who are single parents can kind of like incorporate into their life if they haven't already, or add this to other things that they've already incorporated. And I think that it will be somewhat of successful for you. First and foremost, in everything in life that I do it with prayer. Prayer, okay? Start your day with prayer. Start your life with prayer. Keep prayer in your life so that you can be led, okay? Now, pray that your day goes good. Pray that there are no situations that may block things. Pray that your children's intellect would be activated so that they can absorb everything that they are getting from. I can speak on distance learning because I have been doing it for a year and a half. Distance learning is not easy. It requires extreme discipline. If you are waiting for an instructor or a teacher to tell you every step of the way what it is that you have to do, you're not going to get it done in distance learning. Now, when your children are small, it is the parent's responsibility to stay on them so that they can stay on track. Another thing, another tip that parents have to have during this time of distance learning. Parents, you got to have patience, because one child may pick up on something completely and utterly with no problem. The other child may have a little bit of a harder time. So you would need the patience to be able to deal with each child individually. So if you got 5 different children, you're going to have 5 different personalities, 5 different ways that they go about learning. For those of us who have more than one child, I can remember that when my children were young, and even helping them in homework, there were certain subjects and certain things that one child would catch on very, very easily, particularly my daughter. My daughter is a whiz in math. My daughter is a whiz in chemistry. Those types of things she caught on really quick, okay? I believe in high school, my daughter was taking calculus. I've never taken a calculus class. So that gives you an example of the difference in the learning wave that each and every one of our different children have, okay? Another thing that I want to tell you as a parent, as a single parent, as a parent in general, teaching your children through this long distance learning, praise. You have to praise them. Praise them when they get a C. But in praising them when they get a C, let them know that it is important that they try harder the next time for a B. If they get a B, praise them with that B. Let them know that if they try a little harder, they can get an A. There are so many different things that we can do as parents, whether we are single or a whole entire family, trying to get our children to be successful in learning through distance, okay? So, the first thing I have already shared with you guys are the 3 P's: prayer, patience, and praise. Those are the 3 things that you got to start with when you are doing distance learning with your children. Always, 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 always start your day with prayer. Because, honey, it's going to be a challenging situation. A lot of us have never went to school to become A lot of us never went to school to become educators. So because we never went to school to become educators, we typically will not know how to educate. You know what I'm saying? What we have to realize with our children is this, specifically smaller children have a harder time maintaining focus on things. So when you're dealing with small children, the assignments and things that they get from their instructors or from their teachers, you have to make sure that you schedule these things out so that the kids won't get burnt out, because they'll get burnt out. And even though you may have them sitting at that table for a good 2 hours looking on that computer trying to learn how to do a new math equation or whatever else, they'll lose focus. And when children lose focus, they don't want to do it. They whine. They don't give their best in it. So allow your small children to do things at their pace, but also let them know that this is a time limit. This needs to be turned in. If it needs to be turned in by Friday, let them know that by Thursday afternoon, we're going to have this done. If you run into problems in which your children don't want to conform to the rules and regulations that you have in your homeschooling, take things away from them. Take the cell phone, take the games, take the video games, because education is key. We got to get the kids to get an education, okay? The second thing that I would like to share, I'm sorry, that was the second thing that I said, realize that small children do lose focus. The third thing, vitally important, vitally important. We know that you have to have a lunch break. We know that. But take breaks throughout the day as not to bore the children. Snack breaks, recess, because when they're in school, that is exactly what they do. Now, I don't know if children have snack breaks when they're in the 4th or the 5th grade. I know that they do still have recess, but because they're confined in the house, and there are so many different places that we can't do things, you need to incorporate recess even in high school students. Not necessarily recess for them to have movement and mobility, but just to be able to go outside and say, you know, I've got some fresh air. I'm not just sitting here looking at this computer. There are so many things that we have to do. Something that just came to mind when I was just looking at my notes was, I said to take small breaks. Another thing that you have to do with your children is encourage them. Encourage them every step of the way. If they get back papers and those papers are graded by their instructors or their teachers, whether it be college or whatever, because this is basically can work for everybody. Let them know, yeah, you could have done better if they didn't max it, if they didn't master it. You know, nobody's perfect, and everybody's learning experience is completely different. Praise your children. Give your children praise, whatever grade they get. If perhaps they get a really bad grade, such as a D or an F, let them know it's not acceptable. It's not something that you're going to be allowing, but that they have to put more of a better effort so that they can get better grades. Don't let them play with you, because children will play with you if you allow them to. If you as a parent are a single parent, or if you are married or in a relationship and you work outside the home, make sure that you are taking time for yourself. Because if you don't take time for yourself, guess what's going to happen? Every single time it's time to come home from work and sit down and help your child with a problem or something that they may have, or some suggestions for a report or something that they're trying to write, your brain is not going to be able to function because you're so exhausted with going out of the home and then coming back into the home and having to help with homework. Smaller children cannot be overwhelmed. They cannot be overwhelmed. If smaller children are overwhelmed, they just are not going to give their best bet. If they're really, really small, make sure that you make them take naps. If they're in preschool, kindergarten, let them babies take naps, okay? Let them take naps. Also, you need to make sure that they go to bed at an appropriate time so that when they wake up in the morning, they are refreshed, they are renewed, and they're ready to go to school. Another thing too, designate a certain area in which your children know, I'm going to school, I'm going to be right here, their pencils are there, their erasers are there, their folders are there, their computer is there, everything is there that they need so that when it's time to go to school, they don't have to get up. Limit bathroom breaks. Don't let them kids play with you, because see, kids will do anything that we allow them to do. Allow them only certain amount of number of bathroom breaks a time during the day, because kids will be in there in the bathroom sitting on the toilet fumbling their fingers because they're sick of school. School don't give them 5, 6, 7 breaks to go to the bathroom, and you shouldn't either, unless they're sick or they have some sort of medical problem in which they have to have that many breaks. Vitally important also, on the weekends, schedule play dates with cousins, family, and friends. Do that. It's vitally important. I know here in the state of California, you cannot have 10 or more people in a gathering. Limit it to no more than 7. Limit it to no more than 7. If you've got four children, or say you have 3 children and it's yourself, only invite a mama, a daddy, and 2 children. That's it. Don't go over 10. I would only keep it at 7 if it was me, because it's just too much going on. In addition to that, when you schedule these play dates and things of that nature for your children, ensure that everybody that comes to your home, and immediately upon arriving at your home, they make their way to the restroom to wash their hands. But before letting them in your household, make sure that they are wearing a mask. It's what we need to do. I'm sorry, it's just what we need to do. Specifically, if they are not family members. Lastly, but definitely not least, make sure that you are in a good mind state, a very good mind state as a parent, to ensure that you are able to give your child everything that they need while they are homeschooling. This situation is not only something that's hard for you, it's even harder for the children because it's not something that they're used to. Nobody likes to be confined and not be able to go and meet with their friends. Nobody wants to be confined and not be able to interact with their teacher, because our children love us as parents. But I know my boys and my daughter, they used to love to get up and go to school every single morning. It was a task waking up one of my sons. But by the time he woke up and got started about his day, everything was all gravy. Okay? So those are my tips. Those are some of the suggestions that I have for you all who have small children, but you can also incorporate it in for your high school as well as college students too. Now, if you got some college students that don't have the discipline in wanting to maintain school and their long distance learning, you really gonna have to pray, okay? You want to pray, because technically, unless it's a rule of your house that they either go to school or work, and a lot of people aren't working because of the situation, you just have to make sure that you put your foot down, that you remain focused, and that you don't veer off. Don't veer off. Don't give them too much leeway. Stay just like an educator. You have their best interests at heart, and if you as a parent have their best interests at heart, they will appreciate that. With that being said, please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click on that bell so that you beautiful person, you right there, are reminded of each and every video that I upload. Thank you so much for tuning into Carol's Daily Sauce. I love each and every one of you. I've got another video idea that I will be uploading maybe today. Maybe I'll do it later on tonight, so it'll upload tomorrow, and then I'll have 2 in 2 days. I love y'all so much. Bye-bye.